in Oracle Apex. A report is the formatted result of a query. In Oracle Application Express, you can generate the SQL query by selecting a table or view in a wizard or by defining the SQL query manually. There are 4 types of reports available in Oracle Apex. First one is interactive report, second one is interactive grid, and then is report with form, and fourth one is classic report. The main difference between these different report types is the context and way in which end users can customize the appearance of the data through searching, filtering, sorting, column selection, highlighting, and other data manipulation aspects. So first of all, we see the difference between these reports. Interactive report and interactive grid both have end user customization of how and what data displays in these reports. But this feature is not available in classic report. And the second difference is end user can add, modify, and refresh data directly on the report. This feature is available in only interactive grid. This feature is not available in interactive report and classic report. Third difference is end user can rearrange the report interactively using the mouse, and this feature is only available in interactive grid and not available in interactive report and classic report. So we can say interactive grid is more powerful as compared to interactive report and classic report. Then interactive report by default include search bar, action menu, column heading menu, edit icons in the first column of each row. Using options on the action menu, users can alter the report layout by hiding or exposing specific columns and apply filters. User can highlight the rows and columns, sort the columns. You choose an interactive report if your requirement is end user want to customize the report. Interactive grid presents Hence, users a set of data in a searchable, customizable report. In an editable interactive grid, user can also add rows, modify the rows, and refresh the dataset directly on the page. Functionality. An interactive grid includes most customization capabilities available in interactive reports, plus the ability to rearrange the report interactively using the mouse only. You choose an interactive grid if you your requirement is to allow end user editing and refreshing directly on the report page along with end user customization of the report. Classic report. If you do not need any of the customization, you just want to show the data on the report, or you don't want searchable capabilities on your report, then you choose a classic report. There are different ways to create reports in Oracle Apex. You can create a report when you create a new database application. You can also create a report as new page in your application. You can create a report as a region in your page, which is already existing page. So let's create our first report using the application wizard. So log into your uh, workspace, then click on App Builder. Create a new application, new application, and then name of the application, demo report, reports. Then here you have a option to create a page. Click on that page, and here you can see we can create interactive report. Click on interactive report, and here you will provide the name of the report. Then we have a table overview on which we want to create the report. Then we can write the query manually here, and here we have two options. We want to create interactive report, or we want to create a classic report. So then we have advanced options. Here, help set as administrator page. Okay. So cancel this option, add page, and click on add page again. If you want to add multiple reports at a time, then you have to click on additional pages. Click on multiple reports, and similarly you need to select the tables on which you want to create the report. For example, I am selecting company and courses. So what it will do, it will create two pages, company and courses, and will create two reports. So click on add pages. So you can see here two pages added in your application, company and courses. Click on create application. And run the application. Provide the username and password. Click on sign in. And here you can see we have two pages, or we can say two reports. First one is company. So this is a report of company. If we want to move courses, so this is the report of courses. So it's super easy to create single report or multiple reports in Oracle Apex. In our next lecture, we will study other different ways to create interactive reports. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In previous lecture, we studied different ways of creating reports in Oracle Apex. And in this lecture, we will study remaining options to create reports in Oracle Apex. In our last lecture, we studied how we can create a report using to create a new application. And in this lecture, we will see how we can create a report using a page wizard and using regions. So first of all, log into your Oracle Apex workspace, go to App Builder, and in our last lecture, we created demo reports application. Search for that application. This is demo reports application, and here create a new page. So here we have a lot of options to create a blank page, page as a calendar, page as a cards, page as a charts, page as a dashboard, and lot of other features. Search page is a new feature in 22.2. It was not available in previous versions of Oracle Apex. Similarly, plugin page that was not available in previous versions, and similarly unified task list. These three types of pages enabled in 22.2. And map also, map is the fourth one. So these four types added in 22.2. So click on interactive report. Then you need to provide the name of the report. It is demo report. And then type of the page, it is a normal page. Then we have option include form page, if we want to add a form with this report or not. I am going with default. Then we have options of data source. Our data source for this report is database, or it is REST enabled SQL service or REST data source. REST data source and REST enabled SQL services we will study in our web services portion. So the next option is source type. Source of this report is table or view, or it's SQL query. If you want to write manually, you can write. If you want to go with table, you can select the table here. So EMP, go with employees. Here we have employee, and then we have navigation options. You want to enable breadcrumb on your page or not? You can switch on or off as per your need. And then we have use navigation if you want to add this page in your navigation menu. Then we have navigation preference, parent navigation menu entry. If you want your this page would be under home, company or courses, you can select the parent here. And then icon for this report. Click create page. On this page you can use this green play icon to run your page. So this is your report, and you can see it is also part of a navigation menu. So this is our page having employees report. Now the other ways to create reports are click on body, create region, then name of the region report, and then you have to select the type of the report. So you can select interactive report. Then if you select interactive report, then you need to provide a SQL query, or you need to provide the name of the table. So provide the name of the table, or you can select the views. So type EMP. It is taking time, so I change it to SQL query and provide the SQL query here. You can use this tick icon to validate your query. Click OK, and report is added on your page. The other way of adding reports in your page is you can drag and drop the report. For example, I want to create a classic report. Select this classic report and drag and drop that report here. So this is our classic report. And similarly, you need to provide the query, or you can select the table. I am going with manual query. Validate your query and click on OK. The other way to add a report in your already existing page is a context menu. Just click in your gallery, right click, add to, and then first you need to select the report which you want to create. Select that report, then right click, add to, and then you need to select the portion of the page where you want to create the report. I am creating this report in body and under demo report, before demo report. Okay, so here you can see it is created before demo report. So click EMP employee report and provide the table, views, tables. It's taking time. Provide the query manually and validate your query. OK, and run the page. So we see different ways to create different reports on your page using drag and drop, using context menu, creating a new page, or creating a new application. So these are different ways you can create reports in your Oracle Apex applications. So here you can see all the reports are on your page. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. In our next lecture, we will study each report in detail. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will study interactive grid in detail. So, log into your Oracle Apex workspace and create a new application, or you can use the already existing application. So here I have demo reports application. Click on it and create a page. We will see how we can create interactive grid. So here we have an option of interactive grid. Click on it. Then you need to provide the name of that report. So name of the report is interactive grid demo, and then mode of the page, I am going with normal. You can select model dialog or dryer. Then we have include form page. If you want a form page with your interactive grid, you can switch on this option. Then we have different options of data sources. We have local database. Then we have REST enabled SQL service and REST data source. REST data source is basically REST data services. Then we have source type. We have two types of sources for your interactive grid, interactive report, or classic reports: table or SQL query. I am going with table right now. Then you need select the table, EMP employees. Select this table, and here we have our option editing enabled. If this is switched on, then you need primary key, and by clicking on this option, you would be able to add it interactive grid in a tabular form. So click on create page, and run the page by clicking on green play icon. So you can see this is our first interactive grid. See, no, this is not editable. Okay, so to make it editable, you need to select your interactive grid from your rendering pane, then move to right pane, which is properties pane, move to attributes and click on editing. Okay, so run this page again. You will see an error. Oh, it's no error. The reason is here we can see uh, DPT or employee. It's employee name, job, manager, hire date, DPT, number. Okay, this is the employee number. It will be set primary key, search for primary key. So you can see here we have a primary key. That's why we uh, run the grid successfully. There was no error. So this is, now you can see this is editable. Okay, so you can add it. For example, I am setting is operations. Click on save. So it's saved successfully. Okay, so the other way of creating the same report is click on body, right click, create region. You can also drag and drop the report on from gallery. So name it demo report and set its type to interactive grid. Now we need to provide a type SQL query. So we are going with SQL query, and we are getting data from static from EMP. Validate your query and then click on OK. Run the page by clicking on green icon. And here you can see this is our second report, which is based on query. Click on this is not editable. To make it editable, go to attributes, enable. Now in this case you will get the error, because in this case we have not set any primary key. So you can see interactive grid, and name of that interactive grid does not have primary key column. So set primary key column. You can set primary key column by selecting your primary key column and then move to source portion and click on switch on primary key option. Click on green play icon, and that's it. So it is running. So click on your any data you want to update, you can update the data. So now let's talk about little bit definition of interactive grid. So interactive grid basically represents users a set of data in a searchable, because you can search the report here, searchable, customizable report. So in an editable interactive grid, users can also add the records, modify the records, and refresh the data set from the page. So we seen how we can edit the data and refresh the data by clicking on add icon. You can add the record as well. So functionality includes most customization capabilities available in interactive reports. And the other option which is available in interactive grid is to rearrange the report interactively using the mouse. You can rearrange user interface of the report, if you want to, job is our first column, hire date is our second column. So in this way, using the mouse, you can change the user interface of your report. The other functionalities include users can lock, hide, filter, freeze, highlight, and sort individual columns with the actions and column heading menus. This is actions menu. By using this menu, we can do all the actions. And the next is advanced users can also define breaks, aggregations, and computation against different columns. Users can also directly customize the appearance of an interactive grid by using the mouse to rearrange the reports. So we can create the interactive grid by creating a new page or by creating a new region. The important note about interactive grid is interactive report generates all the HTML markup on the server side. Okay, I am repeating again, interactive report, not interactive grid. Interactive report generates all the HTML markup on the server as part of your Apex page. The data returned from the SQL query is rendered along with all the other markup that make up the UI of your Apex page. The client-side behaviors are implemented in a single monolithic JavaScript module. In interactive report, all the behavior, client-side behavior is implemented by a monolithic JavaScript module. But in case of interactive grid, all the HTML rendered on the client side, not on the server side. Server just produce the data in JSON format and provides to the client. Edits in an interactive grid are saved to the server in the JSON format as well. In short, we can say interactive grid mostly interact with JSON, and all the rendering HTML markups are rendered in client side, and we get the all the markup and all the data of the query in the JSON format from the server. So key points of interactive grid are: interactive grid is a modern, rich, and interactive multi-row editing component in Oracle Apex. Interactive grid is JSON enabled, lightweight, and all the communication of based on Ajax. Interactive grid is extensible and customizable. We can customize all the layout of our interactive grid by using the mouse and keyboard. Interactive grid is accessible, keyboard support is available, and right to left and left to right support is also available. We can use interactive grid to create master detail forms in Oracle Apex as well. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we studied how we can create interactive grid in Oracle Apex. And in this lecture, we will study how we can create a report with form. So let's start. Log into your Oracle Apex workspace and click or search the application in which you want to create the report. So here I have Oracle Apex beginners to professional application and click on create page, interactive grid, and then you need to provide the name of the report with form, and mode of the page is its normal page, include the form. So if you want to include a form with your report, then you need to switch on this option. So then you need to provide the form page name. In this case, basically two pages will be created, one for report and the other page for your form. And by default, mode of your form page is dryer. You can change it later on. So it is the form. We name it report, name it simple form, and then you need to provide the table. So it's emp table. So click next, and here you need to provide the primary key column. If you have composite primary key, you can select the other column for your primary key. Create the page and run the page by clicking green play icon. So here you can see this is our interactive grid, which is non-editable. It is read only, and here you can see we have one more column which is added, which contains added column. When you click on edit icon, you can see all the fields are filled with data, so you can edit any field you want. So this is dryer, and this is the other page working as a dryer. So we can change it, move to your second page, which is form page. This is our form page, and select the page, go to properties pane, and here you can see a dialog template. So you can change it model dialog and run the this page by clicking on green icon, as it is a model dialog. So you can not run this page by clicking on this green icon. When you click, you can see it is not runnable. So refresh this page by clicking F5, and you can see it is refreshed. Click on edit icon. So now you You can see this is model dialog. Your page working as a model dialog, not as a drive. So it's depends upon your choice. So this is all about report with form. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lectures, we studied how end users can customize interactive grid or interactive reports. Now, in coming 2 or 3 lectures, we will study how developers can customize an interactive grid or interactive report. As you know, by default, an interactive grid or interactive report includes a search bar. I can show you. First of all, log into your Apex workspace and then app builder, and then search for the application in which you want to do your practical work. I have Oracle Apex Business to Professional, and then here I have a page, a demo grid. Okay. Now I have a grid which is new. You can right click on your region and select delete. In this way you can delete a region from your page. So run your page. Log in with your username and password. So here you can see an interactive grid includes a search bar. Then we have a go button, and then we have a action menus, and then we have column heading menu, which is present on top of every column. So users can use these control to alter the layout of report data by selecting columns, applying filters, highlighting rows and columns, sorting. So all these functions and users can perform. But what developers can do? So developers can customize an interactive grid or report in a page designer and configure how these controls display. So we will see all these options which are available for developers. So go to your page designer and select the report. For example, this is my interactive grid. So click your interactive grid and then move to your right pane, which is properties pane of demo grid, or we can say our grid region. So here you can see title, which is title of your grid, and then we have here uh, source section. In source section, you have option type. So here we have 3 types which we can use for our interactive grid or interactive reports. For example, I am creating an interactive report region and then change the type of the region to interactive report this time. Okay, and then I am going with SQL query, and here we can select static from EMP. Validate your query and okay. So this is our grid, grid, and this is our interactive report, and this is interactive grid. Okay, so you can see in source, select your interactive grid, and in your source section you have type. You can change the type. You can select table or view SQL query, and then we have third option, which is function body returning SQL query. So you can write a function which returns a SQL query. So going with SQL query, this is the query. So you can edit your SQL query after creating the interactive grid. So I am removing job column, and similarly select your interactive report. So same options are available here: location, type, and then we have SQL query. So you can edit your SQL query here. So both options are available in interactive grid and interactive report. Okay, these two options are same for interactive grid and interactive report. Then select again interactive grid, and the next option is pagination. So move to attributes, and here we have option pagination. Okay, so there are two types of pagination: page and scroll. For example, by default it is page for interactive grid, and if I select interactive report, move to attributes, here you can see we have, you can select here pagination. Okay, so here you can see we have pagination option. In interactive report, we can select type of pagination. For example, you want to show raw ranges x to y of z, means to say it will show x is page number, for example 1 to 12 of total pages. Okay, so for example I am going with this type, and I want to display pagination at right bottom. Okay, so but in case of interactive grid, select and search pagination, we have only two options: you want scrolling or you want page. Okay, and then we have show total count. So save your application, your page, and then click on green play icon. We will see the difference between interactive grid and interactive report. So this is interactive grid, and at the bottom you can see one is x, basically x of y of 12. Basically there are 12 records in your grid, and 1 of 12, it is showing all the records. And similarly when we move to interactive report, this is basically interactive report. So you can see we selected this type, and we want to show pagination at the right bottom. So now I am going to change its type to scroll, and then move to interactive report, and now I am going to select other type, and I want to show at top right. Okay, then save and run your page. So here you can see it is showing only total records, no other no pagination is available. And then you can see for interactive report it is showing pagination at top right. Okay, now we can select format rows per page, for example it's 5. Okay, for interactive report. So here you can see we have 1 to 5, then we have an icon to move next pages. Okay, and similarly we have previous page. Now move to your interactive grid, format, data, filter, columns, and then we have selection, then report. So you can not find basically option of pagination here, because we have disabled its rows per page option by selecting its type to scroll. So in this way you can apply pagination in interactive grid and interactive report. So the next option which developers can customize is search bar. This bar, this bar, search bar, this bar. Okay. So select your interactive grid first and then move to attributes and search. Sorry. So you can see we have search bar. You can scroll down or you can select search bar from this menu as well. So here you can see here we have search bar. Okay. So in search bar we have multiple options. So we will study search bar in our next lecture. So thank you so much. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will study search bar option of interactive grid and interactive report. So select your interactive report and then move to your attributes section, and you can select here search bar from the menu search bar, or you can select search bar from your search option. So here you can see include search bar. If you select or you switch on this option, so you can see a search bar here. If you switch off this option, you will see no option is available when we switch off this include search bar option. Similarly, select your interactive grid and search for search bar. So it is not available. Then select your search menu and see in the menu search bar. So here we don't have any search bar option, but still in interactive grid you have a search bar. So in interactive grid, scroll down in properties and you will see option of in attributes you will see a option of toolbar. In interactive grid we have toolbar option, and in interactive report we have search bar menu, or we can say select, for example, select report and you have option of search bar. Okay, so select your interactive grid and move to, now you can search toolbar. Okay, so switch off this toolbar option and run your page again. So this time you can see here we don't have any search bar and action menus option. So move to your interactive grid and switch on this option, then select your interactive report, search for search bar and switch on this option and save your page. Now you can see we have include search bar option, then we have search field. For example, you want to show your search bar but you don't want to show your search field. Okay, so save and then select your interactive grid, then attributes, then toolbar, and in toolbar you don't want to show search field. Now run your page. So here you can see no search field is available in interactive grid and in interactive report. So now select your interactive grid again, select check search field, but this time uncheck action menu, and here you can see we have a reset button, but I don't want to show this reset button. Okay, again here we have a save button, but this time I don't want to show this save button option. I just want to show search field. And then we have add button label. Here you can see add row. If you want to change its label, you can change its label. You can set it, create new. Okay, save, and then select your interactive report. In interactive report, we have search bar. In search bar, I want to show search field. Finder drop down. Finder drop down basically, uh, it is not here. Save and run your report. So this is basically finder drop down. Okay, so I don't want to show this finder drop down. Reports, select a list. If you save your reports, for example, you have multiple reports, and we had seen in our previous lectures, when we have multiple reports, there is a uh, option here where we can select reports, but if developer disable it, that option would not appear to the end users. So I am removing or switching off this option. So rows per page selector, how many rows you want to show on the page. For example, I am switching on this option. Then search button label. You can see search button label. If you want to replace, go with any other uh, label, you can replace it with search option. And then maximum rows per page, how many rows you how maximum rows, how many maximum rows would be displayed on your page. So we can set upper limit, maximum limit on the page. So for example, I want to show 500 maximum rows. Okay, save and run your page. So here you can see this is our uh, button, and we change its label, create new. Okay, and for interactive grid, for interactive report, I changed go with search option, and here you can see we have rows per page display selected, how many rows I want to display. For example, I want to display 10 rows. Okay, so here you can see end user now is able to select the rows per page. Okay, so this, in this way you can customize your search bar for interactive grid and for interactive report. Similarly, the next option is action menu. For example, this is action menu. So how we can customize this action menu? So select your interactive report, and this time search for action menu. So here you can see in action menus we have multiple options available, but we can control these options as a developer. For example, first one is include action menus. If I switch off this option, we not be able to see this action menu. Okay, so I am switching on this option, and now I want to rows per page option there. I want to hide rows per page option. Then I want control block. I don't want to show control block, compute, aggregate, chart, group by, pivot, flashback, save report option I don't want, and then help, because you can see here we have help option. Then we have group by, pivot, format, multiple options are here. So subscription, so subscription no, and also download option. I don't want to show these options to end user in interactive report. Now select your interactive grid and search for action menu. So here we don't have action menu, sorry, we are searching region options. Select your attributes region and then action menu. No, so now move to your properties panel, and here you can see enable users to save public reports, flashback, define chart view, download. So all these options are switched off for interactive grid. Okay, so but you can, for example, I for interactive report we don't have, for interactive grid we don't have action menu basically. So first you need to show action menu first. So you can enable action menu by clicking on this action menu. Okay, now your action menu is visible in your interactive grid. Okay, save and run your page. So here you can see we have action menus, and in action menus our options are limited now. Okay, and in interactive report you can see we have very few options here. Okay, so in this way you can control the options for action menu. Similarly you can reset button, save button, then we have save public report, download options. So here we have multiple options for for developers to enable and disable options of interactive grid and interactive report. So thank you so much. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Hello and welcome back. In this lecture, we will see how we can specify the download formats for the end users. So first of all, run your application. And in our previous lecture, we created one interactive grid and the other interactive report. This is interactive report and this is interactive grid. In both interactive grid and interactive reports, we have download option. So similarly, you can see the same option in interactive report. Click on it. So here we have multiple options like comma delimited file, then we have HTML format, then we have Excel and PDF formats. So for PDF, we further have page size, legal, A4, and then we have page orientation, portrait or landscape. Then we have option of send as email. If we have a CSV file and we want to send it as a email, we can send it as a email. Okay, so this is default behavior of interactive grid and interactive report, but as a Apex developer we can customize all these formats. So go to your page designer, then select your interactive report and then select attributes and then search for download. Sorry. And here you can see we have different formats. For example, I just want PDF and Excel, and or I just want PDF. Okay, and I don't want to show send as email option, so switch off this option. Then here you can specify the name of the file. For example, I am naming it like I employees. Okay, similarly you can select interactive grid, then select download option, and same options are available for interactive grid. So uncheck HTML, CSV, and I don't want this option, and this time emp underscore PDF. Okay, so now save and run your page. So here you can see we have download option, but this time we have only PDF option available, and you can see email option is not visible to end users, and then click on download. So here you can see name of the file is emp PDF. Similarly, go to your interactive report, download, and you can see here we have PDF option, only download, and this time name of the report is employees. So you can open this file, for example. So here you can see this is your employees data. So there are some important points about downloading any format. So the first option is, or you must keep in mind, there is a 32K limit. You can we can say 32,000 limit on downloads from the reports to advanced formats such as PDF, XLS, and Word. If the end user has too many columns displayed, then they may encounter an error when attempting to download the data to these advanced formats. Or downloads may also take considerable time to complete for large data sets. The download option only appears on the Actions menu if a file format is selected. If we switch off file format download option, then that option is not available. For example, if I switch off this option, then download option for interactive grid would not be available for end users. So here you can see for interactive grid, we don't have option of download, but for interactive report, still we have download option. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back. In our previous lecture, we studied how developers can customize an interactive report. So, continue the same. Today, we will study some more features of interactive reports. Today, we will see how we can link or manage link columns in interactive reports. So, log into your Oracle Apex workspace and select the application in which you want to do your practical work. So let's create a new page, and page is interactive report, and select include form page as well. Name of the report is employees and form name is employee details, and the page, both pages are normal pages. Report is also a normal page and form is also a normal page. And we are going with query, and the query is select employees. Okay, validate your query and next. Now we need to provide primary key, employee number, and create the page. Run your page, and this is our report. So basically, this is a link column. When we click on Clark, so here you can see all the information, and you can add the information as well. And this is breadcrumb. Now move to your interactive report, click it and go to attributes, and here you can see link. Okay, and in link we have link to custom target. If you want to move an other page and show some information of the interactive grid in that form, you can select link to custom target, and then you need to specify the target page. So here you can see we are targeting page number 4, which is employees details, and then we are passing information of employee number. Basically, employee number is primary key of employee table. So we are using it to pass on page 4. So P4 basically represent page 4, and employee MR number is a field. Here you can see when I click on link column. So here you can see it is hidden column. So this go to page number 4. Here you can move to any page. So here you can see P4 is hidden. So change its type to text feed, save it, and refresh this page. So here you can see this is employee number. Okay. So when we are in link column, when we are its page 4, move to page 3, select your interactive grid and move to attributes, then link. So what we are doing here, we are passing employee number and setting its value into P4 employee number. Okay. In this way, you can pass values from one page to another page while moving from one page to another. But the other option is link to single row view. Okay. So I am selecting this option, and then we have option uniquely identify rows by row ID, and here you can change the icon of the uh, link column as well. Then you save this option and run this report again. So this time when I click on John's, so here you can see we have one row representation of the grid. So in this way, when we select single row view, your information will be shown like this. So here you can move to next row, move to previous row as well. And if you want to remove your link column, you can exclude the link column, save it and run your report again. So here you can see that column is not visible to the end users. So in this way, you can add link columns to your interactive grid or interactive report. The next topic is how we can add column group headers. Okay. So here we expand columns, and then we have an option group column groups. Right click on it and create group. Here you can provide the name of the group, EMP identity, and then you can select the column, for example ename, and here we have, you can search here group, and here we have the group we created, employee identity. Okay. So similarly we have a job column, and under layout we have group identity. Okay. Run your page. Before moving, you can change it to interactive grid. Now you need to create the group column again, group column em identity, and then select your columns, and under layout we have group employee identity, save. Here we have two more options. First one is use group for single row view, heading, or both. For example, I am going with heading. Okay. Run your page. So here you can see ename and job are both columns are grouped now under employee identity. So if you want to use it for both, you can use it for both. Run your page. So here is the same output. So in this way you can add column group headers. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something useful in this lecture. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back.